Hello, what's up, everybody? I'm back here with another video, another topic today. I missed yesterday. Um, Again, I'm trying to post at least to start here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I missed a day this week, but um, that's okay. And hopefully, at some point, I still need to do a little research on some software to make this a little bit better. But I'll do that soon at some point as well. So the topic. That I have today is a document about a documentary that I watched recently on Netflix. It's called the Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker, and I did not hear about this story. I guess when apparently it was blowing up on the internet, um, it wasn't on my radar. I think it was around 2013. Um, But basically, it was about this guy who became, viral, internet famous over his, you know, apparent or what seemed like his heroic act, and that got picked up by a local news station. He got interviewed, and his interview then blew up on the internet. So basically, um, I have it linked down below for the Netflix documentary, and I have another link down below for his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. But basically, he was in the car with this guy, I think, that was giving him a ride. He was hitchhiking, and you know, I don't want to give away the whole story, but basically, this guy ends up, that's the driver, ends up crashing his vehicle on purpose, um, you know, into this guy or this gentleman that works for PG&E. It's like an electric utility company in California on the side of the road, and pinned him, up against his truck, and you know, kind of just went crazy. So the driver gets out of the car and is acting erratically, and here comes Kai, this hitchhiker who was sitting next to him in the passenger seat. He gets out or whatever, and he has a hatchet. And as this guy, the driver, is, apparently or allegedly assaulting this woman, Kai comes up and hits him in the head with a hatchet basically 3 times. And that's, his interview with the news network. That's what went viral, was him, Kai, describing this situation where he hit this dude over the head, smash, smash, smash. That was whatever. That's what went viral online. And everybody was like, oh, this guy's a fucking hero. He's awesome. He's like the surfer dude, you know, that, saved the day. So I'll let people make up their own opinions on, about Kai if they watch the documentary and about him in general. But what I wanted to talk about, and what they didn't what they did not talk about in the documentary. Um, and that is the way that Hollywood and the entertainment industry, can manipulate people. So, um, in this story, and you'll see if you watch it, so he blows up online, he goes viral, and basically everybody wants a piece of this kid now. Jimmy Kimmel wants to get him on. Um, everybody wants a piece of him, and they find this guy. They find Kai through the reporter that he did the interview with. They find him. They're like, "Hey, dude, you're famous, you're going to be rich, your troubles are over. It seems like everything's looking up for this guy, young guy. He's he's entertaining, he's kind of goofy, and street smart, and he can play music. He's a good singer, he's like a good performer, he's an entertainer. So everybody's telling him, like, money problems are over. You're going to be rich. You're going to be famous. blah blah blah. So they're trying to get this dude back down to LA. And again, I don't want to give away the whole story, but he basically has no interest in in money or fame or any of that bullshit. So he ends up going on Jimmy Kimmel, which is the other video I have linked down below. And it's kind of an interesting, odd interaction. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. I don't really watch any late night hosts or anything like that. Um, but I think it's obviously pre-recorded because in the video, whatever, he curses a few times and it's bleeped out. It's not live, so I'm sure that they talked to him. I would imagine, and tried. Well, here's the skit, here's the scenario. I don't know, but it seemed totally, uh, just kind of weird, odd, the exchange that him and Jimmy Kimmel had on the show. And it seemed like a lot of the things he said, maybe back in 2013, went totally over most people's heads. It's probably more like critiques of society, I would say. Um, and whatever, they made it work. And I don't know, people seem to think it was funny. So goes on Jimmy Kimmel and then basically disappears. So, um, again, I don't want to give away the whole documentary, the whole story, but it's pretty interesting. But what I wanted to talk about more was, basically everybody thought this dude, they were trying to corral this dude and get him to, be an entertainer. So they were trying to, one chick was, I think, a producer for the Kardashians, and they wanted to like create a whole reality show around him. And I'm sure a bunch of other people had a bunch of other ideas of how they could use him to, whatever, create some entertaining show or profit off of him. And he basically had no interest in that. So I think what it seems like to me is he basically just acted so crazy that people were just like, okay, fuck, we can't even, there's no way that we can even work with this guy, even though he has all the potential to potentially make us money and him money as well. Um, and they basically just, gave up essentially. So, uh, again, that's the aspect in the documentary that I don't think that they covered, was the fact that a lot of these people in the entertainment industry y- they are used and manipulated quite a bit. Everybody knows about like the antics, or most people know about the antics of Kanye West, and there's many other people um, that have a kind of somewhat bizarre social media um, social media presence, and you could tell that they're not totally 100%. They're not all there basically. So, um, yeah, a lot of them do make a lot of money, and that is something, but that's not everything. I think a lot of them are manipulated and potentially controlled in various ways that are probably not so ethical. I think a lot of these entertainers are even potentially put on, um, whatever, a cocktail of medications to help control these people. So, and that's one of the things that, again, I don't think that Kanye West is, I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but that's probably one aspect of what he was saying that probably was true. Was, you know, people are profiting off of these entertainers and um, um, probably manipulating them in some ways that might be unethical. So, uh, I think there's other cases of that. Another one that I just thought of is the Elvis. That movie just came out about him recently and about his life, and he was basically controlled by uh, that gentleman that was his manager and used. So again, yeah, you might make a lot of money, but you also need to watch out for yourself at the end of the day. So I think that's just something um, that people should keep in mind if they are wanting to be an entertainer is is just be wary of the industry that you're going into. And that's one good thing I think about the internet is if you can find a way to promote yourself, whether it's like music or art or whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you can turn that into a business and have more control over yourself and not relinquish your control to some industry, that's probably going to be better for you. So I think it's harder for artists sometimes because maybe they don't love the business side of things. So it's harder for them to um, whatever to do that and be an artist at the same time. But anyways, I wanted to make this just kind of a shorter video. Again, that documentary I think was pretty interesting on Kai. I don't want to give it all away, but definitely recommend checking that out. And I think that's all I got to say for today, folks. Peace.